The Thunder have agreed to trade Dennis Schroder to the Lakers for Danny Green and the 28th overall pick in Wednesday's draft. The trade can be officially finalized after the NBA draft on Wednesday night. Schroder finished runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year last season, averaging 19 points and 4 assists per game. So, Zach, how much of an upgrade is Schroder over Rondo at the lead guard for the defending champs?
Hey, look, well, there's finals Rondo, and then there's like everything else Rondo. Rondo is unbelievable in the finals and the conference semis and all that. But Dennis Schroder at age 27, the Lakers just have no means to acquire a player this talented and this young in free agency. So I really like this trade for them more than most people seem to. He's a better shot creator for himself than Rondo. And you're going to hear a lot of people talk about how he's shooting last season. He shot 39% from three, how that was a fluke. And it was probably a little fluky, but I'll tell you this. Everybody looks good playing next to LeBron. I think he could make us look good. I think I might be able to shoot like 19% from three playing next to LeBron. I think he's going to make Dennis Schroder look good. I think Dennis Schroder is going to make his life a little bit easier. I understand Danny Green was a really valuable 3-and-D guy. I think he's slipping a little bit. I think this is definitely a worthy move for the Lakers, and I think it'll work out for the Thunder too.
Yeah, I mean, certainly the intangible part of Rajon Rondo cannot be overstated. The part of the story, the Lakers winning the 2020 championship, is Rondo taking over a film session prior to Game 6 against the Heat and saying, hey, here's what we got to do to stop Jimmy Butler, and getting everybody on board, and then they went and acted out that game plan. And also, he was the bridge between LeBron and AD and made sure both those voices had equal weight in the locker room. But when you look at where he is in terms of there will be a time where he gets up in age and won't be able to sustain it the way that Dennis Schroder certainly can. And I love his mid-range shot making ability. Obviously, Zach, you mentioned his three-point shooting ability. And he's a dog. He gets into you on the defensive end. You know, actually, him and Rondo got into it last season and both got technical fouls, and Rondo got fined by the league because of it. I think that edge can help a group like the Lakers who need to find an edge, and sometimes we see with defending champs, they don't care that much during the regular season.
Where does he slot in, though? He was, runner-up Sixth Man of the Year. Rondo was coming off the bench. Do they start him, Dave? We'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think all this depends on what Avery Bradley does. Now, certainly there is interest for Bradley around the league, and he would have to decide not to opt into the final year of his deal and explore free agency. If Bradley comes back, he's probably still going to start. You'd keep LeBron James at the starting point guard. Obviously, that went so well last season. And then you have Dennis Schroder as one of the best six men in the league, as he proved last season.
I agree with Dave. I think it depends on Avery Bradley. I assume KCP will come back. That seems like a foregone conclusion. Both those guys are back. You start them both, and then Dennis Schroder becomes Sixth Man of the Year. And really, he's going to finish a lot of games either way, and sometimes Alex Caruso will finish games. So I think you probably bring him off the bench just like he was with the Thunder, but he's going to finish plenty of games. He, by the way, underrated clutch time season last year. All the focus in OKC was on Chris Paul. Dennis Schroder's crunch time numbers were like off the charts good.
Zach, where do you think Rondo ends up now?
There's certainly been rumors about the Hawks. I think that's legitimate. The Clippers will take a look at him. It's interesting because on the one hand, you have a rebuilding team trying to make a leap. On the other hand, you have a contender trying to fill out their rotation. I think his play in the finals in the last 2 or 3 rounds of the playoffs really opened a lot of people's eyes. This guy's just a basketball player. People like to focus on his flaws. I've been guilty of it too. But when he dials it up in the playoffs, the guy just knows how to play. He knows how to make the right decision with the ball. He can help you win.
Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, because he's done so much in the game, there are times during a regular season where he'll appear bored on the court. I mean, that was part of what's going on with the Lakers last year, where sometimes they would have a play that works, and Rondo freelanced because, his high basketball IQ, sometimes it's hard to keep it engaged in a situation where it doesn't have as much stakes. But certainly he could help a team like Atlanta. Perhaps he could stay in Los Angeles, go down the hallway and play for the LA Clippers because, who knows what they do with their bench unit of Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell, perhaps make some moves there. But he's going to help a team out. And obviously this move with the Lakers trading for Schroder shows that the Lakers don't believe that Rondo will be a part of the team.
Dave, you reported that KCP opted out of his $8 million salary for next season, will become a free agent. Is his time with the Lakers over, or do you think he'll be back?
Right, as Zach just hinted at, no, I certainly don't think this means that he has one foot out the door, but it does mean that he's earned a better salary than what he was making. $8.5 million, obviously, in the real world, it's a great salary, but as a high-level NBA starter who was basically the Lakers' third best player throughout their playoff run, he should be looking at a salary in the 12 to 14, $15 million range. The Lakers, because they have his bird rights, can offer that to him, or he could be an attractive sign and trade piece. The things might not be completely dead in terms of their interest in a guy like DeMar DeRozan in San Antonio. Somehow they need to get up to a certain salary figure to be able to acquire him, though, and that would, require them to put a big offer sheet in the lap of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.